I will end this.
Welcome everybody for Zeus and EQZ International Paid Season 3-4. The prize pool of $100. So today is 22nd of October and we do have a couple of very dominating teams from Mystic, Destiny, Ignite, Zero, MAKPEN, MPG, Genesis, Dat Zones, EQZ Esports, WP Victory X, PRONTORA, XFve, ILANGO, X1, Fortnite, TLQ Esports, TLQ Legends, One Hit IR, ZEUSxEQZ and PX Esports, FRS and Sons of Lons. So these are your teams that will be battling it out today over here, guys. Let's see who would be able to get the first knock. So before that, let me introduce myself. For those who do not know me, it's your girl Jailer. If it's your first time hearing me, welcome. Welcome straight to Zeus and EQZ's international page. So we can see Mystic Destiny over here will be having a face-to-face direct fight here over at Yasnaya Polyana. So let's see who would be able to get the first knock and who would be able to walk away very safely from the skirts of Yasnaya. Right, so we got Japai, Beast, and also we got Caesar as well from the corner of Mystic Destiny. Now if you take a look at the leaderboard, guys, the map over here, we can see almost all of the teams have headed towards the bottom of the map. You can see a couple of teams that have headed towards the northern. Alright, so let's see who would be able to get the first knock. I believe so. The teams are still prepping themselves to, equip themselves with the particular equipments to ensure that they are fully prepared for the battle. And there you have it, guys. Well, it is a vehicle knock over here. Let's see if the confirmation would be taken. So I think Mafia were the ones who were able to take. I think it was Team XF, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so guys, the first circle has already been encircled in as well. We can see the PXs over here at Kamishki. We can see X1s over here still landing to Zarki. I do not think that would be, they would have viable time enough to loot, given that 54 seconds is left for the zone to close in as well. So 22 teams. Let's see which team would be going out, will be eliminated out in the first rounds here at ZEUSxEQZ's international paid scrims. Alright, so they do have ample enough time to loot themselves and kind of stay ahead of the game. We can see 30 seconds, however, they need to ensure that within 30 seconds they would be able to equip themselves, gear themselves, and head straight into the battlefield. Now if you take a look at the leaderboard, we can see Team Illa has secured 1 elimination so far for themselves. So that kind of, gives them to stay ahead of the game for a while, tentatively. And there you have it, guys. PXs taking the fight against 4Ks. I think we did see PX was at Kamishki. They were, however, able to come here at Milta completely, taking out Cyrax Sir over here out in the open. And we can see Team L7s moving close into Team 4K as well. What on earth is happening here in Milta? Right, so PX Esports still holding on to here at Milta, trying to see if they would be able to get a couple of eliminations. But then again, Levy needs to make sure that, he is kind of keeping it out safe, given that the rest of the 4K members are targeting at him directly. Right, so we can see XF creeping right behind, and here goes MAKPEN out in the open and being a confirmation for PX Esports. I think 4Ks are having a really tough time, a really bad time. We can see Snake being knocked out over here. I believe that was from Nigesh. So Nigesh, the powerhouse for 4K, still exists. And Naruto was able to take down Pure M, guys. 4K is on in a very dangerous situation. So last man standing would be Nigesh, the powerhouse for 4K. Let's see, he has already secured 1 elimination for here. Now the next person that he needs to be focusing would be the PX team. Now the PX team are having a really good start, securing 2 eliminations early on, and we can see WPVX once again with 3 eliminations. Speak of the devil, guys, VXs are on absolute fire over here, securing a completion of 4 eliminations, and the first squad to be eliminated will be by Team WP Victory X. Now this team has phenomenally, literally playing out exceptional gameplays throughout, and today we did see a great we were able to witness a great start from Victory X's. So Shimmy leading with 2 eliminations, Prize and Star equivalently with 1 elimination. Let's see if they would be able to take the same momentum throughout the match as we head on to the second phase of the zone, critically damaging zone, guys, in about 2 minutes. So Mystics take out TLQ over here. The fight has begun officially at Yasnaya, right? So securing 1 elimination from TLQ. We can see Akaza taking out Naruto. Unfortunately, PXs are in fire too. Nigesh taking out Sauron, and Lucy taking out Akaza as well. Right, so however, Naruto will be eliminated early on, so 21 teams, 75 remaining. Now, the battle that we're currently witnessing is here at Yasnaya. Let's see, guys. Mystic Destiny versus TLQ. Caesar goes down. Down goes Scout as well. What a bad start for Scout over here, guys. Right, so TLQ Esports, the remaining 2 members will be sort of, taking the fight. We can see Mighty Bat. Oh, what did I just see? Alright, so Wimpy taking out Scout and Pocket Eye being knocked out as well from MAKPENs. We can see Sauron will be having a second chance to be revived. Nigesh kind of, playing it out very safely, securing his position given that he is in trouble as well as the last one for Fuka. And here comes MAKPENs. Kendra going down over here, guys, by Luzum. Luzum is an absolute fire. And regardlessly, down goes Luzum along with the team Sons of Lons in the 21st position. Right, so we do have 2 teams being eliminated completely early on. We can see Sauron being knocked out by himself. Alright, things could happen. So we can see Ginny taking out TLQ Esports, taking out Hexa as well. I think he should be against TLQ Legends if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so XFs over here, one of the members being taken out. We can see Mighty, Yakuza and Batman still holding on to their positions. I think Farm has been heavily looked on to as well. Mew, VEs are going against the KSG girls at the moment. Taking out one of the girls, but let's see, we can see they're moving completely into a different location. Keisha and Swan being knocked out over here, guys. VEs literally devouring the girls at the moment. We can see last 2 members, so we have Ginny and Keisha, the 2 powerhouses for the FRS girls definitely, and down goes Keisha as well, guys. Last man standing. Let's see if Ginny would be able to take I think that was Dion as well if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we do have Dion and Ginny. Let's see if the house duo would be able to somehow keep the team alive and kind of play it out safely. We can see TLQs grenading themselves as well in the meantime. You can see Mystic taking out Panda completely out. You can see EQZs are having a fight of their own here as well. Down goes Omega, down goes Tabza as well. What on earth is happening to these powerhouses early on itself? We can see EQZ Esports have been eliminated in the 20th position. Woods over here, last man standing for TLQ Esports. Let's see if he would be able to give us a 1v4, or instead will he be taken by a 4v1. I'm literally casting out here without my bread, guys. So don't forget to give a support and also a shout out for the teams that are actively participating out here today and giving you the most out for the entertainment. We can see Woods over here in his last health as well. Woods, we did see really good performance coming out from Woods. Let's see if he would be able to live up to those performances here today, as we are about to witness Mystic Destiny versus TLQ Solo Man Woods. Here comes a couple of grenades. Let's see if the grenade connects though. Not yet at the moment, and it does. A beautiful, it wasn't a grenade, however, I feel like it was a okay, yep, it was a gas elimination if I'm not mistaken. So down goes Woods over there. Mystics were able to secure 4 eliminations. So we can see in the leaderboard, MAKPEN's Mystic ZT and VX is securing 4 eliminations so far for the team. VE's and XS with 2, 4K with 1 and FRS with 1. DFxORIGINS with 3 and Gen 6 with 1. So now let's say we do have a minute left for the zone to close into stage 3 as well. We're down to 18 teams and 60 remaining. So who do you think would be able to secure the first chicken dinner for your ZEUSxEQZ International Pace Scrim Season 3, where all these 23 teams will be battling it out for a prize pool of $100 at stake. So 40 seconds left for the zone to close into stage 3 over here as well. Teams must ensure, they right by now they need to get into the zones explicitly, given that, they need to somehow ensure that, they stay ahead of the game and somehow secured positions rather. So we can see Team ILANGO will be overlooking into XF's location over here, and we also got IRC as well in Speak of the Devil, guys. We got Zombie, we got Adios, got Dax, we also got Passindu as well. L7's having a really tough time over here, guys. Demon being knocked out, Joker being knocked out, beautiful grenades being extinguished over here, one after one. Let's see if IRC will be going in for the rush against the remaining two. We can see TLQ is going against no mistaken, that should be VXs, and we can see Zombie taking out Joker. So last 2 men standing, Concept and Apex. TLQ Legends over here. Exa being eliminated early on. We got Raptor, Federal, and also Tony. Still stagnant with the same count, the same elimination count as well. Down goes Dax 2D, guys. Down goes Adios as well by Mystics. Coming all the way from Yasna. I believe Mystics has still not gotten over from Yasna. Still holding on to the position over there. We can see last 2 men standing, Zombie and Passindu. So Zombie will be getting a couple of more shots as well. Unfortunately, it's a tough time for Zombie, given that he's completely all on his own at the moment. Mystics, however, rushing straight towards L7's last 2 members, holding on. Wimpy over here. I think we did see Passenger creeping into the water. However, I don't think Mystic Destinies were able to, kind of keep a note on that. So they will be, however, targeting the next opposition, that will be Team L7. We Team IRC, and if he looks into the other side of it, they've also got the other team, which is going to be Mystic Destiny, and there you have it, guys. The circle has enclosed in further. Alright, so let's see now. However, none of the teams have already gotten into the zone already. We can see L7 Concept, however, kind of holding straight into the zone given the circumstance. He is the solo man after all. So Mystic Destiny securing 7 elimination goes on to the hunt for the next. See, there's going to be a lot of clashes as teams try to get into the zone. It's going to be a huge battle, guys, a huge battle. So Zero Tolerance over here. Now we did see some performance coming up from Zero Tolerance lately as well. We can see Daddy. I think if Goat was here, he would have explained, definitely briefed about Daddy constantly. And that was his favorite player as well. Alright, so Victory X over here with 4 eliminations still, however, moves completely into, a very secure position towards the zone. Got Ignite Esports over here. Still holding on to, I think they're kind of looking into any positions or suitable locations that they could actually hold on to for a while. You can see L7 holding on to right in the middle of the zone. I do not think that's a good idea given that he is the solo man after all. So perhaps, kind of trying to play it out towards the mid would have actually suited well. Now, this area too is actually not a good position to hold on to, guys, because you can easily be trapped. So I hope Ignite Esports might take this into a consideration. And with that, guys, we can see Suspect taking out the VE squad at the moment. We can see Rasta has airdrop looted over here. Mew being knocked out. Rest of the teams, however, will not have enough time to kind of, revive their teammates. So regardlessly, Mew has to be the sacrifice at the moment. Chris, VEs, kind of holding on to a different location, seeing if they would be able to get any other location to hold on to B9 with an almost worn out vehicle over here. Mind you, guys, we are down to 18 teams and 54 alive. We can see Shaka going against Mystics. Wimpy has been knocked out over here as well. Mystic Destiny holding on to a really good position previously, but let's see if they would be able to keep up with the same momentum. And a beautiful knock, taking out Shaka completely, guys. Mystic is on fire, I'm telling you. Early on itself, they've always been on fire. MPGs over here losing one of their members. Unfortunately, Wimpy has not been revived as of yet as well. So here comes a beautiful grenade. Let's see if the grenade connects. And it doesn't, actually it doesn't. And a beautiful shot over here by Gecko. Let's see if he would be able to take the confirmation though. Can see XF Batman being knocked out and Japai being taken out early on itself. So with that, guys, MPGs were able to secure 1 elimination so far. 17 teams and 50 remaining. Team count seems to be, quite stagnant. However, the remaining count seems to be lowering second by second. We can see Gecko over here and Scar going down over here as well. Beautiful grenade being executed. XFx LEGIT7 being completely eliminated in the 17th position. The fight you're witnessing is on fire, guys. We can see a third party coming in for the battle as well. So it's going to be super hard because it's zero tolerance, overlooking the fight. And beautiful shot over here by Caesar, overlooking last man standing for MPG. Let's see what we're going to witness from MPG solo. And down goes Caesar over here, guys. Rasta would be able to survive for his team. Over here taking out the quick heal. Mystics are completely in a very dangerous situation, and so are the MPGs, guys, because here comes the whole third party squad. The whole squad is coming out. It's going to be very hard for MPG to survive this, as more grenades after grenades will be thrown at. However, Rasta seems to be in a very secure location and he's very confident about it as well. And there you have it, guys. Rasta has been knocked out, and with that, team MPG will be eliminated in the 16th position. The Mystic Destiny will be moving into a different location, so that gives them more time, ample time to sort of move away from the fight and kind of hold on to a very secure position. We can see the FRS girls over here. I think Mystic Destinies might most probably get into the same position where the girls were at. It's quite unfortunate that two of the members have been taken up, but then look at this, Mystic Destinies, they also have a duo available at the moment as well, securing 9 eliminations so far. MAKPEN's Kenrab over here, we can see MAKPENs have secured 6 eliminations so far as well. You can see ZTs have secured 9 eliminations as well. So do you think ZTs would be able to secure more than the Mystics? And speak of the Devils, one of the girls has been knocked out over here by the PXs. MAKPEN still holding on to the same very location that they just landed. 15 teams and 42 remaining at the moment. 30 seconds left for the zone to close in to stage 5. And with that, guys, Boogie taking out Ginny completely out. But did I just see a third party happening over there? Down goes Dion as well, so Team FRS will be eliminated in the 15th position. however securing one elimination. So we can see Origins LVGs over here. The POV seems to be somewhat stabilizing, given that none of the teams are very close to them. We can see MAKPENs, however, in a really bad situation. Two of their members will be taken out, and we do have two other members instead alive. X1s are having a time of their own as well. Mystic B is being taken out, completely out as well. Down goes Caesar, the first team that was dominating the first round, the first match. Mystics will be taken out. Right, so we can see so many fights over here, guys. I did not expect Erangel to deliver so much of entertainment for us early on, especially at this time, given that we're still in stage 5. Right, so we can see a rush over here by Zero Tolerance. Is that a Nigesh as well? And there you have it, guys. The 1v1 has to be taken, and Nigesh was able to take the 1v1, and with that VEs have been eliminated in the 12th position. Righto, so we can see Zero Tolerance securing 14 eliminations. Oh my goodness, 14. They are literally dominating the field with Erangel, guys, and we can see Nigesh securing more eliminations. I believe Team 4K has been eliminated. However, we can see Death Zone over here. Ignite Esports. So we're down to last 11 teams, guys. We can see beautiful spray coming over here by Godfather. Let's see if the grenade connects over here. I think X1's only lost 3 members alive. We can see Crazy securing 2 eliminations. Vimu and Takaz, however, were not able to kind of withstand the fight. Victory X will be eliminated in the 11th position with 5 kills, however. So that zones over here, let's see if Dead Zones will be able to deliver a phenomenal performance from their end. We can see PX is taking out Sensei, PX, and down goes Lucy. Unfortunate for Team PX then and there itself. And so Zero Tolerance were able to secure 16 eliminations, literally dominating the fields of Erangel. Now the challenge here is, do you think they will be able to secure 20 eliminations? If so, don't forget to comment down below on your thoughts. If it's going to be a yes, do say it out loud, yes. If it's a no, well, we are about to witness it. Down goes X1 as well, guys. So last 7 teams remaining. We got ZT, TLQ Legends, DZ, IGE, IRC, MAKPENs, PTW. Who do you think would be able? Down goes DFxORIGINS LVG. Right, so Ignite Esports holding towards the edge of the critically damaging zone. We can see Dead Zones kind of holding on. I mean, they are literally dead zones. And goes PX Archer. Ignite over here, guys, kind of looking into the possibilities of getting a couple of more eliminations by just using grenades. Dead zones over here as well, kind of ensuring that their positions do get the dead zone instead. Couple of more grenades being executed. PRONTORA Y6 over here still holding on to the very location, really secluded over here. Right, so it feels like Dead Zone's in a really bad position. 2 of their members being taken out. We can see one of the opposition teams have been knocked out as well. Here comes more grenade, and down goes Suspect, guys. Last man standing for Dead Zone. Here comes the rush. The revive has also been taken in, and however they do not have enough time. And beautiful shot over here, taken off Nigesh in his last health as well. Beautiful cover over here by K. Now this is exactly what you call bouncing. The resilience was completely seen over here by Dead Zone. So just a second left for the zone to close into stage 6 of the zone. We can see Kaiser being taken out. Last 6 teams over here with just 13 alive. More grenades being thrown. Let's see if the grenade connects. Comes the more grenade. Unfortunately, it will not be connecting. However, Zero Tolerance needs to ensure that they get into the zone. You can see Godfather taking out MAKPEN's Ongoku, and we can see Kaiser being taken out. Last 5 teams to kind of battle it out. We can see the teams are literally having it, guys, moving completely into the safe zone. However, making sure that down goes Boogie as well, completely out of the zone. Dead Zones securing the eliminations. Meanwhile, 6 eliminations, taking out the team that was dominating with 16 teams earlier on. 4 teams remaining, guys. 4 teams. Now, who do you think would be able to secure the first position? We got IGE, DZ, PTW, and TLQ Legends. LQ Legends, we can see Raptor being taken out, so last man standing would be Tony himself, and Tony in his last HP as well. Dead Zone is completely giving the death notice for the rest of these teams, guys. About 35 seconds left as well. We will be closing into stage 8 of the critically damaging zone. So teams need to ensure that they get into the zone as soon as they can. However, we can see TLQ. Tony is in a bad position. He was kind of focusing completely on the revival of his team, and then that's gonna, sacrifice his team as well. So with that, guys, K was able to secure the 8th elimination for his team. Still stagnant with 8 teams. We can see Dead Zones holding on to beautiful split. So it's going to be a duo versus a solo situation that we're about to witness. TLQ Legends securing 4 eliminations so far, and we can see Serin kind of overlooking into any possible knocks he could take out from the TLQs. Ignite Esports, however, kind of completely out in the open as well. Now they obviously have a really good position, guys, given that they do have higher grounds, so they should be able to witness. And down goes Serene with that, guys. Team Dead Zone has been wiped off. It is the battle between Ignite versus TLQ Legends. We're about to witness over here. Let's see Tony taking out the knocks. It's gonna be a 1v1 situation, guys. Tony versus Ignite solo man, and down goes Godfather's last man standing would be Ignite himself. A grenade over here. Let's see if the grenade connects. Unfortunately, it does not. I think the revive is going to happen. However, mind you, in about 27 seconds, the zone will be closing in. Here comes Tony in for the rush. Let's see, guys. Revives after revives, and down goes Tony. I mean, unfortunately not, but yes. Down goes Tony. He almost had it in his hands, but the last few seconds, the last grenade just screwed him over. And with that, guys, a beautiful, phenomenal chicken dinner for Team Ignite Esports. Alrighty, so we did see how 23 teams were able to play it out the first round of ZEUSxEQZ International Paid Season 3, where the prize pool of $100 is at stake. So upon concluding 5 matches, we would be able to witness, who would be walking away with the title champion for the ZEUSxEQZ International Paid. So the first match has already been it was definitely a great kickstart from the get-go itself. Now we'll be moving on to the second match of your ZEUSxEQZ International Paid. But before that, let me brief you completely on the stats of your winning team, the rest of the stats as usual. Alrighty, so this is your winning team, guys. Team Ignite. Let's give it up one for Team Ignite. A phenomenal chicken dinner over there. A grenade that no one expected towards the latter part of the match. Let's move on to your individual stats. So we can see Juice with 3 eliminations, Chora with 6 eliminations, Tota and Godless with 0 eliminations. So with that, guys, we can see 7, 8, 9 eliminations in total, along with a chicken dinner in the line. So let's move on to your next step. Right, so top players upon concluding match 1, we can see Daddy with 4 eliminations. Well, Goat would have definitely been proud. Caesar with 3 eliminations, K with 5 eliminations, Chora with 6 eliminations, and Sensei with 9 eliminations. So these are your top 5 players upon concluding match 1. Let's move on to your next stat. So match rankings, we can see EQZ Esports, TLQ Esports, Sons of Lons with 0 points, DFxORIGINS LVG, ILANGO and Genesis FRS with 1 point, L7 MPG with 2, VE Esports, 4 Nights with 3, X1 along with PX4, PRONTORA Y6 with 5 along with 3X5, 2D IRC with 6 and Mystic Destiny with 9, MAKPENs with 9 and TLQ Legends with 10. Hashtag 3 stands Death Zone with 13, and hashtag 2 stands Ignite Esports with 19. Hashtag 1 stands Team ZT with 21 total points. The matter of why they were able to secure the first position was solely because look at the elimination count over the 18 eliminations, and placement wise, well, let's just say it was just 3. However, it was the elimination count that kind of made sure that they were ahead of the game, a total of 21 points over there, guys. I think that's very catchable, though, of course, if the rest of the teams are able to keep up with the same momentum. So these are your match rankings upon concluding ZEUSxEQZ International Paid Scrims Match 1. Let's move on to your next step. Alrighty, so today's schedule we can definitely see how Erangel was literally devoured by Team Ignite Esports with a total of 19 points. Now moving on, we will be forwarding towards the map of Miramar, if I'm not mistaken. So before we head straight on to the map of Miramar, guys, just a quick recap. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also support for your best team out here that will be participating actively. Don't forget to give the best shout out that you could ever. And also, we can see today's schedule, we do have Miramar being played out in the 2nd and the 5th match. So like I said before that, we would love to get into a quick short break, ensure that our participating soldiers get that refreshment in place. So yep, tentatively signing off is your girl JLo. Alright, so welcome back to the ZEUSxEQZ International Paid Scrim Season 3, where the 23 teams rather, will be battling it out for the prize pool of $100. So what you witnessed before was, how the teams were able to battle it out in the fields of Erangel, and how Team Ignite was able to deliver a fantastic last grenade that actually served them the chicken dinner against the solo man from TLQ. So TLQ Tony did definitely have that in his hands. He would have gotten that chicken dinner unless of course the grenade that connected to him whilst he was having partial health. So moving on, we do have the map of Miramar. Now let's see who would be able to secure the second chicken dinner. Would TLQs be able to kind of avenge themselves and secure the chicken dinner, or else would there be another team who would be able to topple against all of these teams and secure the second chicken dinner straight up for Miramar? So right, we can see the plane pathway has already been created, cutting across all the way from, I believe, ruins, and should be heading down towards Puerto from the look of it. Oops. Yes, I was right. I guessed it right. So this is what you get experience from casting, huh? Alrighty, so we can see a lot of teams will be heading towards their destined locations. We can see a couple of teams will be heading towards La Cabrera. You can see PXs and XFs and IRCs, and also Team Mystic will be heading towards the particular locations. Now the thing here is, guys, you need to ensure that when you're battling it out, you need to battle it out very safely. So I think the first fight we're about to witness here is at La Cabrera. So let's see who would be able to get the first knock, the first blood then and there itself. And would you look at that circle, guys, completely deviating themselves towards the right side of the map. So I feel like most probably Minar's Generals or in between truck stop is when the final zones will be kind of getting towards, unless of course teams have already secured themselves within that particular primary area. So we can see a lot of grenades, a lot of knocks over here by TLQ. So TLQ's holding on to power grid over here. You can see the entire TLQ Legends team over here, except Joker taking out MPG Gecko. So that would have been at La Cabrera, if I'm not mistaken. See, guys, power grid does have some sort of a battle that we're about to witness. So TLQ Legends or Federal already taking out a knock. Sorry, a confirmation as well. So Tony holding on to the position as well. Now the question here is, who would be able to walk away safely and secure the second chicken dinner for the day? Do drop your predictions down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also show your support to the utmost. So DZ is taking out XFs, guys. 4K is going against the fight against, I believe, would be Zero Tolerance. XFs Akaza being knocked out. So many fights early on in the map of Miramar. So usually, Miramar isn't a type of map that would be taking fights back to back, but here today we can see a lot of teams will be kind of playing it out very aggressively. Alcazar being taken out completely out of the second map of the day. Genesis Esports is what you're witnessing over here, action being taken out completely. So I believe they will be having the fight against Team XFs at the moment. Let's see who would be able to walk away safely and secure, the position within the first preliminary phase of the zone. Still stagnant with 22 teams and 84 remaining. However, we can see MPGs, VEs, one of the members are not alive. So It's Mighty is the person that will be taking the fight over here, guys, against Genesis. And we can see the rest of his team member. I think It's Mighty had his team member right above him, but he seems to be kind of missing. So Mighty has to take the 1v1, beautiful 1v1 over here. Let's see if he would be able to secure, or Mighty is completely being very mighty right now, guys. I mean, kudos for him with that 1v1 over here, with that securing the 1v1. Let's see, guys. And here comes Mighty's second opponent over here, Janazar, if I'm not mistaken. The names are super hard to pronounce. And here it is, guys, the 1v1 we are about to witness by Mighty versus the Gens. And what the hell was that, bro? What on earth was that? A beautiful shot by Mighty. I mean, he deserves that name. Right to him, he deserves that name. So TLQ Scout being taken out. Let's see. Team X1s will be going against the girls at the meantime. Taking out Ginny completely off guard, I believe. And with that, guy, Snake was able to take down Rocky. Genesis Esports have been completely wiped off early on itself. So as far as girls will be having the fight, I think Ginny, the IGL, if I'm not mistaken, has been taken out completely. First match itself, so it's gonna be very, I would say, a negative point for the girls. Right, so we got Dion, we got Keisha, we got Swan. Feels like, they will be moving away from the fight rather than getting into the fight head on head first. We can see ZEUSxEQZ over here. Now we did witness, how ZEUSxEQZ love this position, the gas station area. They literally love it over here, guys. Always, every time I'm casting, they somehow tend to be near the gas station area. Right, so we can see X1s most probably will be looking and searching for the girls. Meanwhile, we can see Keisha moving towards a completely different location, a different angle, kind of, maybe preparing themselves for the battle. Tons of lawns over here. I do not know what that person was doing before. Comes, if I'm not mistaken. And down he goes. Alright, so Sons of Lawns over here will be having the battle here at Picardo. Can see Scout, who was knocked out before, has been completely revived in time. Now, TLQ Esports, they weren't that lucky in the previous match because Woods obviously did give out a really good fight, but however, towards the end, he wasn't able to withstand it. So let's see, if there's gonna be a comeback moment from Team TLQ. And as we speak of Team TLQ, here comes TLQ Legends. Now, TLQ Legends are a well-known team for, how aggressively they play. And here comes the third part. Oh, it's not a third party. My mistake, guys. Down goes Tony over here. Now Hexa completely overlooking into the position over here. And will Hexa be knocked out? Unfortunately, he doesn't. But down goes Snake simultaneously. Let's see, guys. Mighty versus Team TLQ Legends is what we are about to witness. Federal trying to go at it against Mighty. And there you have it, guys. Will Mighty be... What? Oh my goodness. Mighty is on fire early on itself, guys. He is absolutely dominating. He gave a beautiful 1v3 against Team TLQ. A beautiful one. I'm sorry. Team 1v2 rather. I think Tony was knocked out by Snake initially. The reflexes by Mighty is phenomenal. Mighty is being definitely the highlight today over here in the map of Miramar, guys. So, sorry, my bad. I think the last man standing for Team TLQ Legends will be Hexa himself. So the fight is going to happen between TLQ Legends solo man versus the rest of the members. We can see Hexa trying to take them out with a grenade, and he does not have any means of retreating himself. He has to go on foot, and that's the worst part of it. So the zone tends to keep on tilting towards, I believe, truck stop. And yes, I was once again right. And would you look at that, guys, not a single soul at El Azhar. How worse is that? Not a single soul at El Azhar. Right, so however, I think it's gonna be very heavily equipped once these incoming teams will be heading towards El Azhar from the looks of it. So we can see Team Ignite. Now previously they were able to give out a beautiful performance. Let's see if they would be able to give the same performance. You can see ZT securing one elimination only so far. Might see over here, guys, would be taking out the fight against, I believe, DZs. Sorry about that. Right. So XFx LEGIT7, I'm still gonna call them L7s. Too many long names these days. Gives me a tongue twister. So we're still stagnant with 20 teams and 72 remaining. Two of the teams being eliminated early on will be Genesis and MPG. Sol, the Zoom taking out Panda at the moment. I think Picardo's fight has finally broken out. Panda, you can see Scout in a really different location, holding on to any possible threats that's gonna happen for them. Sons of Lawns holding on to the location as well, and we can see 4K is going against the FRS and PX Esports. So the last two members standing for FRS, guys. Down goes Keisha as well. Last man standing will be Dion. Let's see if Dion will be what? How did that happen? How on earth did that happen? Okay, maybe I was blind or something. Alright, so never mind with that, guys. FRS girls have been eliminated in the 19th position. Sons of Lawns over here. Let's see if they would be able to take out. And down goes TLQ Legends as well. Sons of Lawns taking out. Aggressive battle after battle, guys. And a beautiful spray over here. Once again towards Panda. Panda seems to be very irrestatable, Doesn't get knocked out easily. And somehow once he does, he does. And there you have, guys. We do have Heishi and beautiful knock over here by Error. Right, so I think Sam is the last man standing for Sons of Lawns. He has to do or die situation, guys. You can see Heishi moving into as well. How about in a 32nd? We will be moving into stage 3 of the zone as well. So grenades after grenade. Let's see if the grenade connects though. Massa taking out Panda. How many times does Panda get knocked actually? I think they're getting third party at the moment, guys, by Team X1, and was phenomenal because I don't think X1 is actually very close by. So it's going to be a long distance spray, definitely. However, they must be in the route of, getting into the zone as well. So let's see, you can see Aksams and also Error trying to take out one another by just the use of grenades. However, none of their grenades seems to be connecting to one another. We're still stagnant with 18 teams and 65 remaining. And speak of the devil, guys, a completely different location the grenade connects. Scout was able to secure 2 eliminations, and early on they have 4 eliminations in total for TLQ Esports. So we're down to the last 17 teams and 64 remaining. Alright, guys, DFxORIGINS over here. You can see death zones over here, moving completely into a fight against, I believe it should be Team PXY6, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really recall the team name exactly, but however it should be in those lines. So we can see the fight against these two oppositions, and we can beautiful grenade being connected towards Lunatic. So we do have Kavi and Rock Eye. Let's see, guys, who will be able to walk away safely. Death Zones did perform a really phenomenal gameplay before. You can see more grenades being connected and securing an elimination. And here it is, guys. Down goes Lunatic completely. Down goes Tsunami as well. Two of their members have been eliminated early on itself, guys. Completely on fire. Mighty is on a rampage in another level. You can see Ignites will be having the fight against VEs. L7's move. Ooh, speak of the devils, it was Mighty once again with a third party. So with 7 eliminations in the line, last man standing would be Rocky himself for Team Y6. You can see 4K is taking the fight against X1s, and here comes Mighty. It's gonna be a 1v1 situation, guys. Mighty versus Rocky. Let's see who would be able to kind of I don't think Mighty actually knows there's a solo man standing here. I think he just gotten aware of it now. So he's getting ready for, the 1v1, and it's gonna happen, guys. Mighty versus Rocky. Who are your bets on? Let's see. As you can see, a couple of more Molotovs. So that was tough luck, for him, for Mighty to secure the title of the Ace Eliminator. But it was a good try from him. So 16 teams and 51 remaining. See, MAKPEN's taking the fight against EQZs at the moment. Chris V is having the fight against PXs at the moment. EQZs, we can see Revo being taken out. Livy is back, has been knocked out and completely taken off. Lucy being knocked out. So last two members standing for PX Esports. But here comes the surreal rush by Team VE, guys. Sauron has to take the 1v1. We can see it's going to be a DBS versus a DBS situation. Let's see, would it be Mew? And Tom was B9 by Sauron. Mew taking out Sauron simultaneously by a machine gun out there, securing 5 eliminations for the team. However, Naruto kind of standing still, waiting for an opportunity to, stay ahead of the game, because he has to keep his team's name. He has to survive for his team. So he will not be engaging into any fights at the moment. We can see Mystics going against is that our Wolfie? Yep, that was definitely our Wolfie. Alrighty, so L7 Demon taking out Caesar at the same time. L7 Demon being knocked out completely over here, confirmed by Epic. By Caesar. Down goes Apex, and down goes passing by beautiful spray over here by Beast. I mean, that's a very beastically implemented spray, to be honest. So Team Mystic once again, guys, going in for a rush. Am I seeing things? I see actually going in reverse. Right, so VE Esports kind of leading the leaderboard at the moment with 5 eliminations. And there you have it, guys. Ace being knocked out by PX's last man, Naruto, if I'm not mistaken. So last two, just 3 to 4 teams have already entered into the safe zone, and the rest of the teams may need to kind of battle it out. As you can see, VE's Naruto has to take the 1v1 against Chris, guys, or else Chris has to take the 1v1 against Naruto. As we can see, a third party creeping slowly in. Beautiful shot over here by Naruto. What? Quick reflex over here by Naruto, completely taking 2 of the members with just a shotgun, mind you. So as you can see, he has to take out B9. Let's see if B9 will be able to be... Oh my goodness, he just gave a 1v4. Naruto is on fire, guys. Absolute fire. I believe this should be Onyx. Now, just for your reference, Onyx is actually a still young boy and is very competitive when it comes to, the fields of esports. And today's performance, the beautiful 1v4 we just witnessed, was a clear indicator, clear example for that. So Team MAKPENs over here, guys. MAKPENs will be taking the fight, I believe. We can see EQZ is going against Team IRC. VXs, I'm not mistaken, I think I just saw them and down was Zombie over here as well by Omega. So last 2 members standing for the team, we got Pasindu and Dax. Let's see what we're about to witness, guys. EQZ Esports, we do have the powerhouses once again. Let's see if EQZ Esports would be able to, secure a couple of eliminations from here and kind of stay ahead of the game. Now, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also support for your teams down in the comments below. Seems like the hype is not there, guys. Where is the hype? You need to be supporting for your team. Support for your favorite team out there. Let them know that you are with them virtually. That's a 14 teams and 34 remaining. See a couple of more shots being shot at by 4K versus VX is the fight that we're about to witness. Speak of the devil, guys. Naruto going against the 4Ks at the moment. Sorry, Onyx is going against the 4Ks at the moment. He is an absolute menace and also an absolute legend at the same time. So 4 Knights, guys, they must be able to get into the zone, given that the zone is going to be critically damaging as well. Teams need to ensure that they get into the zone in time, else they might, should be able to get a couple of zone damage. You can see Omega being taken out. Storm going head to head first against Team Mystics. Team Ilango being eliminated completely. EQZ Esports absolutely dominating into the last zone, and down goes Storm, guys. A beautiful grenade that was executed by Caesar. I think we did see a lot of Caesar Grenadian moments most of the time. Let's see if Zero would be able to give us a beautiful grenade knock. Unfortunately, it does not. However, he moves into a complete chaotic fight mode at the moment. Mystic Destinies, down goes Japai. Tabs proving himself once again as to why he needs to ensure the slot over here. And speak of the devil, down goes Tabs as well. EQZ is on literally biting their nails over here at this moment, guys. However, revive being taken as well, so that should save them some time to, kind of cool down the battle. As we can see, Mystics will be taking the fight by IRCs as well, so it's going to be a third party situation. Tab still knocked out. Omega completely taken away from the first match itself. Team Victory X will be eliminated in the 12th position. So last 10 teams and 25 remain. We can see 2D IRCs being eliminated as well. Last 10 teams and 25 remaining. Now who do you think would be able to secure the second chicken dinner for the map, especially in your map of Miramar, known for its dimension and known for how you would be able to secure placement points, vice versa, elimination points as well. So as you can see, 4Ks will be going against EX's last man. I think they're kind of not aware exactly as to where the last man would be. EQZ Esports reviving Tabs, moving straight onto the battlefield at the moment, and will be taking the direct fight against Team Mystics. I think 4 Knights are still finding where exactly the last man of Team PX is at. Throwing grenades into non-existential places. Meanwhile, we can also see Team Mystics holding on, and here it is, guys. PX Esports last man, still not a single foot, waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity. As you can see, a minute left. Now the question here is, if he wants to take the knock, he would definitely expose himself out there. You can see Nigesh and Purem at the same time. Let's see, guys. Here comes Nigesh. I think none of them are completely aware exactly where Onyx is at. So MAKPENs will be taking the fight, and they are very secured within the safe zone as well. 8 teams remaining and 20 alive. We got Ignite once again, DZ, 4K, MAKPENs, and PXs, DLQ, EQZ, and DFs as well. And there you have it, guys. Taking out Cyrax, Revo taking out Nigesh at the same time, Mask Man taking out Revo completely out, Naruto taking out Pure Aim. I think Team 4K has been taken out, if I'm not mistaken. 4 Knights last man standing, guys, will be Mask Man himself. Onyx is completely on fire. Was able to take down 2 of the members for 4 Knights. However, the revive is about to happen over here as well. You can see MAKPEN's Yeti taking out Error, and also TLQ Panda. MAKPENs will be taking the fight against TLQs at the same time. You can see Nigesh being eliminated because of the zone damage, and Onyx taking out Pure M and Cyrax once again. Onyx is an absolute menace, guys. Down goes 4Ks. My goodness. Next is on absolute fire. So we can see dead zone over here with 5 eliminations. DFs being eliminated in the 6th position. Last 5 teams. We got TZ, Ignite, PX's Solo Man as well. Now, who do you think would be able to secure the second chicken dinner for the day, guys? 4 teams remaining, 7 alive. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also show your support down in the comments below. MAKPEN, it's gonna be an open field battle, guys. Now teams need to ensure that they hold on to the positions very securely. As long as you are holding towards the upper grounds, that's the key to kind of stay ahead. Now, obviously, PX's IGL has given the cue, and his IGL is phenomenal. As you can see, his location is very, very um advantageous, and we can see one of the MAKPENs coming towards his right side as well. But the question is, did Onyx is Onyx aware of it? If not, it's gonna be an absolute chaotic moment for him. Holding on to the upper grounds, and there you have it, guys. K taking out MAKPEN as well. K taking out MAKPEN, Noni completely out. So it's gonna be a 2 versus 2 situation. And the solo man for PX as well. Onyx versus MAKPENs versus DZs. Comment down below on who do you think would be able to secure the chicken dinner, guys. I'm literally biting my nerves over here. We can see Onyx holding on to a really, really good position. However, he will be out in the open as well, as long as he uses smokes and kind of stay ahead. We can see he's in his last health as well, moving in securely. Down goes Yeti. Still Onyx holding on to his position, healing himself up over here. And with that, guys, we can see last 2 teams, PXs versus DZs, what we are about to witness. It's going to be a solo versus solo situation. We can see Siren has been taken out as well. K versus Onyx is what we are about to witness. Who do you think would be able to take out? And here comes Onyx, completely confident with it, holding on to shotgun over here, and unfortunately down goes Onyx, guys. He wasn't able to withstand the chicken dinner at that time, but good try. With that team dead zone, we're able to secure the second chicken dinner for ZEUSxEQZ International Paid Scrim Season 3. What a phenomenal way to, serve the chicken dinner. Alright, so we can see oops, sorry about that, I was a little bit of distracted. So 23 teams battling it out in the fields of Miramar, and however only 1 team was able to secure the second chicken dinner. Let's give it up for Team Death Zone. Let's move on to the individual stats now. Alright, he's a suspect with 2 eliminations, K with 2 eliminations, Tsunami with 0 eliminations, and Serene with 1 elimination. So with that, we can see we have secured 5 eliminations in total with a chicken dinner on the line. Well done. Let's move on to your next stat. Alright, these are top players. We do have Sensi with 4 eliminations, Purine with 6 eliminations, and Mighty with 5 eliminations, Maskman with 8 eliminations, and our Chuti Onyx with 9 eliminations. My goodness, being a top player concluding match 2, that's crazy. 9 eliminations. Alrighty, so let's give it up one more time for top 5 players. Now moving straight on to match rankings, guys, we can see Genesis MPG, FRS, Sons of Lawns with 0 points, IRC, Deadly Esports, and Victory X with 1 point, Y6, TLQ Legends with 2, LVGs with 3, Ilango with 4 along with Zero Tolerance 4, VEs with 5, and Ignite Esports, EQZs with 6, Legit7s and Mystic Destiny with 7, TLQ Esports with 8, MAKPENs with 12, hashtag 3 stands Death Zone with 15 points, hashtag 2 stands PX Esports with 15 eliminations, and hashtag 1 stands 4K with a total of 17 points. phenomenal match ranking so far, guys. Alrighty, let's move on to your overall top players. So we can see Throne with 16 eliminations. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, so moving on to your overall top players, we can see MAKPEN with 8 eliminations, Caesar with 6 eliminations, K with 7 eliminations, Onyx with 10 eliminations, and Sensei with 13 eliminations. So this is your overall top players so far. We can see definitely phenomenal gameplays throughout upon concluding 2 matches. So moving straight on to your overall rankings, guys, we can see X4's Sons of Thorns with 0, Genesis Esports FRS with 1, MPGs with 2, and LVGs with 4, X1 Deadly along with ILANGO 5, Victory X with 6, EQZ Esports with 6, IRCs with 7, and Y6 with 7, VE Esports TLQs with 8, L7's 9, TLQ Legends 12, Mystic Destiny 16, PX Esports with 19, Fortnite's 20, MAKPEN 21, hashtag 3 stands Zero Tolerance with 25, hashtag 2 stands Ignite Esports with 25, hashtag 1 stands Dead Zone with 28. Flip off the table over here, guys. Dead Zone's able to secure the first position at the moment, hashtag 1. So today's schedule, we can see Erangel being devoured by Team Ignite, and then Miramar being devoured by Team Dead Zone with a total of 15 points. The 2 matches have been concluded within the 5 matches that's left out to be played. So moving straight on to your third map would obviously be Rondo. But before we head straight on to Rondo, as usual, we need to give that refreshment break, ensure our soldiers are kind of prepared for the battle as they head on to a very multicolored map of Rondo. And I just disappeared off the caster desk, but yeah, that's just a cue for for us to get a quick break. So with that, let's move into a quick short break. Alright, so welcome everybody for EQZ Zeus International Paid Scrim Season 3, where 23 teams will be battling it out for the prize pool of $100 at stake. So we did conclude 2 matches already, Erangel and Miramar namely. We did see 2 chicken dinners as well. How Team Death Zone and also Team Ignite were able to secure the chicken dinner in a very surprising and also a very shocking way. But the question here is, will both of those teams have the same momentum as we head on to the third map of the day, which is gonna be Rondo, starting off from the deserted area of Rondo, heading straight towards, I believe should be towards the garden, Tin Long Garden if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so let's see guys, obviously in the map of Rondo you need to say it's all about survival and also ensuring that you secure really good locations. Now the best part here is there's not going to be recall. So you're on your own. You need to ensure that your safety is in your hands and that you look into your safety really well. Alrighty, so you can see teams have already started deporting themselves into their destined locations. Let's see who would be able to get the first knock, the first blood from each of these teams. Guys, we can see a lot of teams heading towards their testing locations like Hematown, Muran, Test Track. We can see Mystic Destiny will be having the fight against their Forest Girls if I'm not mistaken. I think the weapons have not been loaded as of yet. Teams are still heading on to their destined locations, guys. 4Ks are, however, holding on towards the mid of the zone. You can see EQZ is taking the first fight against Team Souls of Lons. Seems like teams are not aware, they do not have recall, hence they're kind of playing it out really aggressively. So many drop clashes early on itself. You can see a couple of shots being shot at against Team Souls, and down goes Luzum as well, guys. A quick rush against Luzum. So last man standing for Team Soul will be moving out into safety. 2 eliminations being secured by Team EQZ Esports early on. We can see Mystics taking the fight over here as well. Then there's a lot of teams EQZ might need to have a fight against, guys. We got the WPG, we got the Sons of Lons. We also got Victory X's over here. Last man standing will be Axums himself. I heard, guys, Mystics going against L7s at the moment. Wimpy, Mystics are completely on fire, guys. From the get-go itself, they were able to, get kills after kills, eliminations after eliminations. They are literally standing on the grounds of, I would say, gold mine of advantages, opportunities. However, we're still stagnant with 20 teams and 77 alive. So 2 teams have been eliminated early on, I believe. MPG Gecko taking out Banana. And Rasta taking out Banana as well. So many fights. Here comes Dead Zone, guys. Dead Zone completely going against Team TLQs. You can see Kai is definitely having a time of his own, guys. Dead Zones are having a really good opportunity, a really good time for them to secure more and more eliminations. We can see last team and standings will be Action and Federal. Alright, so Federal, here comes the rush against Federal, guys. Let's see if he would be able to take the 1v1 or instead will he be taken out instead. Beautiful shot over here. Another reflex shot over here. Amazing. With that, he was able to give us a 1v2 situation, securing 2 eliminations. So last man standing for Team TLQ Legends will be Federal himself. Let's see if Federal will be able to, keep the same momentum up. And here comes the grenade. Does not do any damage to him. Here he has to take the 1v1, guys. Who would it be? Would it be Federal or would it be the opposition team? And here it is, guys. Down goes the third man, Tsunami. Last man standing would be Serene himself. Let's see. Federal versus Serene. Would it be a 1v4 for the champ over here? Or will it be a 1v1 moment that we're about to witness? That's the last man standing for both teams, guys. TLQ Legends, and here it is, guys. The Federal is in trouble right now, and down goes Federal. He wasn't able to withstand the fight over here. A little bit of toxicity as well from Serene. You can see TLQ is taking the fight. On the other hand, Dion has been taken out completely. The girls are, kind of taking a rotation completely towards a different location. You can see MPGs have been taken out early on itself. EQZ Esports securing 7 eliminations for the team at the moment. Now if you take a look at the leaderboard, we can see DZs are leading at the very top with 8 eliminations in total. Actually taken down 4 teams if I'm not, sorry, 2 teams if I'm not mistaken. Sons of Lons over here. Last man standing will be Aksam himself. Let's see what sort of gameplay we are about to witness by Aksam. 17 teams and 60 alive. Revo taking out a grenade knock over here. EQZ Esports is what we are witnessing. Storm, down goes Storm over here. Feels like Omega is in his last HP as well. Last 3 manpower from EQZ Esports. It's gonna be a do or die situation, guys. So here you have it. The fight we are about to witness. It's gonna be absolutely thrilling to see team EQZ's strategy wise what they're gonna do out. Here comes more grenades, does a little bit of damage. Storm being completely eliminated. Revo has to take the little bit of damage. Revo is completely in trouble. Down goes Omega as well, guys. Nigesh taking a beautiful Molotov throw over here. You see Revo kind of moving completely into safety. Okay, is over here holding towards the mid of the zone. You can see Revo being knocked out as well. Last man standing for team EQZ will be Tabs. Let's see if Tabs will be able to secure the team name and ensure the team stays ahead of the game. But the question is, here comes Souls. Last man standing, and down goes Tabs. Nigesh is absolutely phenomenal, guys. Taking out, wiping the entire EQZ Esports team in the 17th position. So we are down to last 16 teams with a couple of teams that have already, secured in their locations within the mid of the circle. Alright, so the circle has shrinked furthermore. As you can see, 2 teams might be able to take the battle over here at Danqing. 16 teams and 56 remaining. Who do you think would be able to secure the 3rd chicken dinner for your EQZ Zeus International Paid Scrim Season 3? 23 teams will be battling it out, or rather 16 teams at the moment battling it out for the prize pool of $100 at stake. Down goes Chris over here. Genesis is on fire. Down goes Genesis Rocky as well. By Zombie, it's going to be a 3rd party. IRC's Chris versus IRC's VEs plus the Genesis at the same time. Let's see. Chris is literally helpless over here, guys, because he has no opportunity of being revived. We got the Genesis guy right at the back. We got the IRCs moving forward as well. So it's going to be completely chaotic for Chris to be revived at this moment. And a couple of more shots and down goes Chris, guys, unfortunately. So we do have the last 2 members standing for team VE versus the whole squad for team IRC. 3 eliminations so far in total. Alright, so VE Esports, we can see 2 of the members have been taken mute, and also Chris as well. Last 2 members might have to play it out safe, considering the position that they're in with less manpower as well. 16 teams and 54 remaining. TLQ Esports will be taking the fight against MAKPENs at the moment. Give me a moment as I need to refresh myself, keep myself hydrated. A little bit of thunderstorms at the moment. Not quite certain if my connection would, go off suddenly. Alright, so Mystics versus MAKPEN is the fight we're about to witness, guys. Two of the dominating teams. Would it be MAKPENs or would it be Mystics? We can see knocks after knocks. Because if Woods taking out a third party over here as well, completely taking out Japai. Let's see, guys. Here comes Caesar. Caesar in his last HP as well. Beast completely knocked out. TLQ is what we are witnessing, guys. Down goes Mystic Beast by Yeti. Kaiser taking out a vehicle elimination and completely wiping out Godless as well. 16 teams and 51 alive. Here comes a grenade. Let's see if the grenade connects. Unfortunately, it does not see the moving on to a completely different locations. But would you look at that, guys? We also have the TLQs. Zombie being knocked out completely. VX's now Star is a really dominating player. Let's see if Star would be able to climb above the late title of being the MVP for the match. We can see King Pasidu being knocked out. Last two members standing for Team Mystic, holding on to a really secure tiny little location. You can see VE Esports being eliminated in the 16th position. We're down to last 15 teams. 48 alive. You can see ZEUSxEQZ, kind of overlooking straight into the team MAKPENs. 15 teams still stagnant, 48 remaining. Alright, beautiful shot over here by Sons of Lons. Last solo man, guys. A beautiful 1v2 in this S12K, taking out Team Mystic Destiny. And we can see Sons of Lons taking out completely the positions he was facing over here. We can see IRC's Dax has been knocked out. Audios has been completely wiped off. So last two men standing for IRC. It's going to be another do-or-die situation. TLQ Esports will be, Sons of Lons. Last man will be having the fight against PXs at the moment. Let's see, guys. Now PX, we did witness, how they were able to keep up that grenade though. Let's see if Onyx will be able to give another show for us to witness his greatness and his performance. With that, guys, the previous chicken dinners have been eliminated in the 14th position with 8 eliminations. However, Sons of Lons, last one standing over here representing his team would be Axum. See if Axum would be able to get a couple of eliminations, a couple of knocks. Alrighty, so we're gonna witness the 1v1 situation, and here comes a couple of more shots as well. The entire squad for PXs are still out and alive over here, guys. The grenade doesn't connect, however. Let's see, Ignites will be having the fight against Zero Tolerance at the moment. Some of the teams holding towards the edge, some of the teams holding on the mid of the zone. So the question here is, what's gonna serve them the best? Let's see, Team 4Ks as well. The zone has closed in. Furthermore, we're down to last 12 teams. You can see Vilukara being Molotov himself. With that, guys, Sons of Lons have been eliminated in the 13th position. So last 12 teams and 42 remaining at the moment. That's a WP shimmy. We can see, I believe that should have been a vehicle elimination. Stagnant with still 12 teams and 41 remaining. Who do you think would be able to secure the chicken dinner for the map of Rondo? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also support for your teams by virtually commenting down in the live link below, mentioning which team you are rooting for. Star being a star. Prize being able to take out Genesis. 35 seconds as they close into the critically damaging zone of stage 5. Now, unlike the rest of the maps, guys, Rondo has its designed own set of rules, rather, to kind of make sure that the teams ensure that they stay ahead of the game and kind of bring out that aggressive part in themselves as well. So Genesis Esports being taken out in the 12th position. IRC is still holding on to the position at the moment. You can see a little bit of what was that movement actually by Dax. You can see a couple of shots being thrown at Ginny. So last 3 girls I think are available for the team, given that Dion has been completely taken out as well. Now question here is this very safe for the team? Last 11 teams and 37 remaining. In about 43 seconds, the zone will also be closing into stage 5 of the critically damaging zone. So teams need to ensure that they have gotten themselves within the zone. That esports previous chicken dinners. Let's see if they're able to keep up with the same momentum. 4 Knights over here securing 1 elimination by Nigesh. We can see PRM has been knocked out. However, he should be able to have ample enough of time to be revived. So Ignite versus Victory X is what we are about to witness. So the zone shrink in further. 4K still holding on to a really good position. Sham being knocked out as well. Team VX's last 2 members standing for Team VX, guys. Prize and Star. Let's see what sort of gameplay we're about to witness by these deadly duo. Righty, so we can see Keisha being knocked out over here by X1s. The fight is surreal, guys. Crazy taking out, and Swan goes down as well. Last man standing will be Ginny herself. Let's see, guys. Ginny has to give out that 1v1, else that'll be the end for him. And Ginny goes down by Neo. With that, guys, Team FRS has been eliminated in the 11th position. Now what you're looking is at MAKPEN's. EX Esports once again on next. We can see VX is going against TLQs, and we can see IRC is going against TLQ is going against the PXs at the same time. Levy has been knocked out and completely wiped off as well, I believe. Now in a map like Rondo, it's completely open area, so you need to ensure you get your flare emergencies. You use a lot of throwables, a lot of smokes around vehicles as covers, because Rondo isn't unlike your any other map. It's completely focused on your survival and how you're able to view and utilize this colorful map to its extent. So we can see Ignite Esports being eliminated in the 10th position, last 9 teams remaining with 25 alive. Let's see, TLQ is going ahead against PXs at the moment. You can also see the 4Ks creeping in slowly further. A couple of more knockouts. Last 9 teams and 23 remaining. Give me a quick second. Alright, so we can see VX is being eliminated, Y6 being eliminated, last 7 teams remaining. We got 4K, we got X1 who will be battling it out. We can see we moved the last man standing for his team, given that, oops, my bad guys, Massa also exists. Vimo taking out a beautiful shot against Nigesh. And with that, Team X1 Deadly Esports have been eliminated in the 7th position. And see, IRCs are also in trouble at the same time. TLQs holding on to their position. Last 16s, let's see guys, it's going to be a completely open field battle. We can see zero tolerance going against IRCs. They literally have no tolerance at all over here. And with that, team IRCs have been eliminated. So last fight, beautiful spray over here by Boogie. Last five teams, the PX is once again zero tolerance as well as 4K. The question here is who would be able to secure the third chicken dinner. We can see MAKPEN's over here still overlooking with 4 eliminations so far. Holding on to a really good position actually, team MAKPEN. And with that, we will be heading on to the 7th stage of the critically damaging zone in about 14 seconds. Obviously, MAKPENs are in really bad luck, guys. There's a grenade connect. Let's see if the grenade connects, and he does. A beautiful grenade over there. Beautiful, beautiful one. Alright, so last man standing for MAKPENs finally smoked himself, actually. With that, we can see the revive being taken. 4K is having a really tough luck, and Ongoku lost his team member over here, guys. Unfortunately, he will not have enough time, and down goes Ongoku as well. Grenades after grenades, absolute menace, absolute cinema. TLQ Esports leading with 11 eliminations so far. The last three teams, TLQ, 4K versus ZT. Who do you think would be able to secure the third chicken dinner? Would it be TLQ, 4K, ZT? Now, obviously, in terms of percentage, we can see TLQ holds the upper hand of 47%. But the question here is, are they? The TLQ is holding towards the edge of the zone, and so does 4Knights. ZT's solo man, however, I'm unable to find him, so let's kind of try to locate him as well. Obviously, 4Ks have better positioning, better view on what is exactly happening. But let's see if the experienced TLQ would find it kind of confusing. We can see Panda taking out the confirmation against ZTs. So last two teams remain TLQ versus 4K. And a beautiful grenade elimination right then and there. And phenomenally, just as predicted, here comes TLQ Esports for the win. That's a textbook example of exactly how it needs to be played out, especially in a competitive field. So let's move straight on to your winning team stats. Alrighty, so till that gets loaded, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also show your support for the teams that are actively participating out today. But also one more thing, the hype in the comments below aren't really hyping that really, so bring that hype up and don't keep the audience with lack of your enthusiasm for the team as you vote for. Alrighty, let's give it up for your winning team, Team TLQ Esports. Amazing comeback, amazing, phenomenal comeback. Let's move on to your individual stats. So Arabe with 2 eliminations, Wizard with 4 eliminations, Panda with 5 eliminations, and Woods with 3 eliminations. So these are your winning team stats. Let's give it up one more time for Arabe, Wizard, Panda, and Woods. Let's move on to your next step. Alrighty, so top 5 players upon concluding match 3. We got Woods with 3 eliminations, Storm with 4 eliminations, Panda with 5 eliminations, and Wizard with 4, and Sensei with 4 eliminations. Let's give it up one more time for your top 5 players of Map of Render. Alright, so moving straight on to your match rankings, we can see LVG, Ilango with 0 points, L7, VE Sports FRS with 0, Genesis with 1, Y6 with 2, Ignite Esports with 2, ZEUSxEQZ Legends with 2, MPGs, and PX Esports along with Mystic Destiny Victory X4, X1s with 5, and EQZ Esports with 7, Dead Zone with 8, MAKPENs with 8, 4Knights with 10, hashtag 3 stands IRCs with 11 points, and hashtag 2 stands Zero Tolerance with 15 points, and hashtag 1 stands your unbeatable team TLQ Esports. Right, so moving straight on to your overall top players, we can see Onyx with 10 eliminations, Maskman with 10 eliminations, K with 10 eliminations, Caesar with 9, and Sensei with 17. My goodness, 17 eliminations, that's insane. Let's give it up one more time for your overall top players. Alright, so overall standings, we can see X-Force with 0, FRS Girls with 1, Genesis Esports and Sons of Lance with 2, LBGs with 4 along with Ilango 5, MPGs with 6, VE Esports with 8, L7s with 9 along with Y69, Victory X with 10, and if we could scroll down, X1 stands with 10, EQZ Esports 13, TLQ Legends with 15, IRCs with 18, Mystic Destiny 20, PX Esports 23, Ignite Esports with 27, MAKPEN with 29, 4 Knights with 13, hashtag 3 stands TLQ Esports with 32, hashtag 2 stands Dead Zone with 36, and hashtag 1 stands Zero Tolerance once again with 40 eliminations. So these are your overall standings so far upon concluding the map of Rondo. So today's schedule, we did see Erangel being devoured by Ignite, Miramar being dominated by Team Dead Zone, and also Rondo, a phenomenal unexpected chicken dinner by Team TLQ. So next up, we do have the map of Erangel, and before that, we would also like to let you know that it's best we go into a quick short break before we head straight into the map of Erangel. Alright guys, so welcome back to EQZ Zeus International Paid Scrim Season 3 for the prize pool of $100. Now, we did see how 3 teams were able to secure the chicken dinner for the previous 3 matches that were concluded, namely Erangel, Miramar and Rondo. Now, we'll be moving once again back to Erangel. So let's see which team would be able to secure the 4th map of the day. And most possibly my prediction is kind of the teams will be kind of trying to play it out very safely. Oops, my bad guys. We will be moving straight on to the map of Miramar. Am I saying things? Never mind. So moving straight on to your map of Miramar, we can see the zone plane pathway will be cutting edge all the way from Parthona to La Cabrera at the moment. Teams need to ensure they kind of play it out safe because mainly Miramar is a really good map, a really good match. A map for you to stay safe, secure a couple of eliminations plus placement points as well. So let's see guys, most possibly we should be able to see some fights that's about to happen around in Chimicera, Los Leones, Pecado, Power Grid, Monte, El Pozo, along the lines of La Cabrera as well. Right, so we can see Los Leones, the VEs are moving towards their destined location. Now would you look at that? The zone has completely broken into a completely different location. I think it's very similar to the previous map, the previous match. Let's see who will be able to get the first knock, the first blood right away. Still, I think the teams are kind of, going still towards their locations rather than taking fights completely, because would you look at that zone now, teams like the teams that have gone to Valle and also around Pisan area might need to definitely look into areas where they could get into the zone easily. And see DZ versus L7s over here at Monte, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see guys, L7s versus Death Zone is what we are witnessing at the moment. Who do you think would be able to walk away safely over here? We did see, Death Zones were able to secure a chicken dinner as well. So in order for them to stay ahead of the game, I feel like they need to avoid clashing onto early fights then and there itself. Given that it's gonna be a 1v1 situation here top of Monte, it's gonna be Tsunami versus Akaza. And see Genesis taking the first knock, the first blood. TLQ Whiskey taking out the next knock over here, guys. Genesis goes against R4Ds. Ignite Esports, we can see Power Grid is completely devoured over here, guys. 3 different compositions, 3 teams here at Power Grid. The weather here today at Sri Lanka is completely chaotic, guys. It's thunderstorms. It's literally raining cats and dogs over here today. And the thunderstorms, oh my goodness, I can literally think, it's like an X-ray that's been taken off me when the thunder strikes. It's that brightening. Alright, so let's see guys, which team will be able to kind of be eliminated early on. Still stagnant with 22 teams and 87 remaining. Ignite Esports, and there you have guys, MPG Rasta taking out Kavi, and down goes Godfather as well. Down goes Kavi at the same time, and K L7 stayed in the fight against the previous dominators. Beautiful mini 14 shots over here by Coffin. Amazing. You can see X1 is taking the fight over here as well, guys. Massa being completely eliminated by the forest girls. Sorry about that. Right, so we can see Federal being completely taken out from early on the map. We can see Suspect taking out Akaza once again, guys. Monte is on absolute fire. Feel like X7s didn't really have a time to, spare themselves over here as they get knocked by knocks. It's gonna be a 2v whole squad of a situation. Right, so if you take a look, guys, the zone has closed in furthermore. Like the zone will be heading towards either in between El Azhar or towards the truck shop area. Alrighty, so I am back again. The weather seems to be very, very skeptical today. Once again, just want to emphasize on that. If I do go missing suddenly, we'll blame it on Mother Nature. It's the fight over Monte has already been taken place, guys. You can see Mystics over here, and over Power Grid the fight has begun as well. Genesis Esports will be another team that's about to be devoured by the actively played out teams over here. 19 teams remaining with just 71 alive. And see Defcon Sigma taking a knock as well. L7 sorry DZ Serene moving into a completely different location all the way away from Monte. It's like he is kind of healing himself out here. In the previous matches we did see some, not some, there were a lot of back-to-back aggressive fights, but in this particular map I think given the situation that it's just it's just the fourth match, teams need to kind of play it out really safely. TLQ Esports once again here at Picardo along with Team Soul. So who do you think would be able to walk away? Picardo is completely very entertaining, you guys. There's fights after fights. There's gonna be very brutal comebacks, and also very brutal fights. Tons of lawns over here. Alright, so we can see 4 Knights taking a beautiful knock. Crazy being with his DBS over here. Let's see, guys. Nigesh moving forward against X1 over here. Let's see. Marksman being knocked out as well. Nigesh completely on fire. And he heal himself and also boost himself up here as well. And down goes Crazy. Beautiful shots over here by Purim. And Nigesh goes down, however, but here comes the rush again, I guess. Well, it's a revive versus a revive situation that's happening. Zero tolerance, has no tolerance throughout the match, guys. 17 teams and 66 alive with just a 2-minute left for the zone to close in as well. Oh my, it's lightning dangerously out here. Sri Lankans can relate. Right, so just as expected, guys, we can see the zones have been shrinking further. Still stagnant with 17 teams and 66 alive. We can see Ginny going against the ZEUSxEQZ at the moment. So the whole squad, the whole girl squad is alive at the moment. So I think that would give them enough time to kind of see beautiful grenade being executed by Ginny. Sham77 is last HP as well, taking out Star. Ginny is a menace, guys. Will she be able to go 1v4? Ginny taking out another knock over here. She is a menace, I'm telling you. She is a menace. Let's take a POV into the girls squad. Last man standing, I think Ginny. Beautiful 1v3 over here against Team VXs. Still stagnant with 17 teams and 62 alive. Here it is, guys. DLQ Esports. Woods not being able to withstand the high pressure that he was feeling then and there itself. So Picardo is completely on fire, guys. Taking out another team. DLQ Esports last man standing will be Era himself. Let's see if Era would be able, have ample enough of time to go ahead with the revive and also avenge for his friend's death. Because from my understanding, and there you have it, guys, a beautiful shot over there right after being revived, and here it is. Teams are coming after one another, knowing that this is just a solo man as well. And let's see, will it be Error or will it be the opposition team, Sons of Lons? Still stagnant with 17 teams and 55 remaining. Here comes the rush, guys. Here comes the rush. Down goes Error along with TLQ Esports. A little bit of toxicity. I think I've seen a lot of toxicity throughout the matches, especially from Sons of Lons, and it's kind of really, intriguing, to be honest. 14 teams in a blink of an eye, guys. We had 17 teams in a blink of an eye. I just closed and opened my eyes, and we're down to 14 teams, which is 50 alive. Who do you think would be able to secure the fourth chicken dinner for the day? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also comment down your favorite team that you're watching for. See, XFs over here.
So yeah, for now, as you can see, the caster has some kind of power cut in her area. So now I would be the caster for a moment. Now you can see VE team VE is going insane on that area. Like you can see, they are dominating. Like they are getting knocks after knocks, one after another team. Then the EQZ teams are going insane on that area as well. As you can see, Omega is going directly into that area to get that thirst. But now MPZ is going to be eliminated for some moment. They have some kind of number to execute, but a team V is suffering. As you can see, the team they are suffering to get the elimination. They are not getting the elimination. They are getting the knock teams after teams, but no, they are not getting an elimination from that uh, knockout. But now you can see the teams are suffering, already suffering, and now the zone is going to be shrinked into an another area, so that team has to be into a congested area, so that they have to be they have to be very precise and focused about their position, because the third parties are going to be everywhere, because the number of participation in this match is nearly 90 players. So you can imagine how much players are going to be in your area when you have to be surviving on that area. So now team ZE is going to be a very good position, but now team VE is going to be like a very high ground situation. They can clearly execute a very good match from here. Now you can see the team EQZ is also dominating in that area. Now Storm is going to be directly rushing into that part, so that team PX could not recover from their knockout events. But now the team kind of seem to be recovered. But now the team PX Esports is very in a bad situation. Now the team EQZ comes and wipes their full position. Now you can see EQZ Esports completes the domination here, completes the elimination here. And now they are the part of the situation that they can actually get a very good elimination from this part. Now the caster is not coming back. If I can see what is happening with the points, let me check. Okay.
All right, all right. Am I audible, brother? Okay, okay. Thank you. Now the zone has been shifted towards Gatka Pochinki area. We are looking at Team L7 and Team X-Force who is making rotations from Pochinki Hill area. I don't know, bro, why I can't listen sound. Okay. So we have 11 teams left, 36 players are remaining. Sensi gave a knock to, and here DZ and WP team are fighting with each other. We have to see. Okay, now Team WP is taking fight with Team DZ and ST. Three teams are there in this compounds area. Let's see who's going to conquer this area. And we also have to make sure that Team Zero Tolerance is also nearby them, so they can do third party anytime. And a brilliant net by DZ team. I think DZ team is going to win this battle since WP is in a very passive mode. Brilliant knock by Simi. Oh, a third party came from Pochinki Hill area and WP team got eliminated. Zero Tolerance also did a third party to Team WP and Team DZ. Okay, and Team DZ got eliminated. Zero Team Zero Tolerance is going very nicely with 12 eliminations. Now only 8 teams are remaining and 25 players. We have to see which team can get winner chicken dinner in this game number 5. This event has been hosted by Zeus and EQZ. Okay. Nice play from Team WP to Team Zero Tolerance. We have to see how teams are going to rotate when the zone will come. Woods is connecting shots to X4. And here comes third party from 4K. We have to see how 4K is going to take this battle with XF team. They already lost Pure Aim, who is a very old player in Sri Lankan community. Now, a brilliant net by XF player, and a third party came by WP team. I think XF should just sit idle and just let 4K and WP team fights with each other and wait for his right moment and then he can do clutch. Oh, unfortunately, XF got eliminated by Team WP. A brilliant knock by Cyrex. Now 4K is going to go full aggressive. We have to see who will win the fight from this area. They also have to make sure their team Zero Tolerance is just backside of them. They can do third party anytime. Wow. 1 HP and he just knocked one player of Team WP. TLQ, okay. Sorry, my bad. It's Team TLQ Esports. And see, third party came by Team Zero Tolerance. Sensi with a brilliant 8 kills at eliminations points, and he is already leading the current MVP player Frager list. We have to see how he is going to take his team forward in this game. They are playing really very aggressive this game with 15 eliminations point with 5 teams remaining and 14 players are left in the lobby. We have to see which team can get a winner chicken dinner for them, since this is a very last game of tonight's main event. And the zone has been shifted northern western side of Pochinki, and the zone is favoring 1-8 team. And I believe they got a very fair chance since they have full men squad with them. They can win a chicken dinner if they played really well. But we can't underestimate Team Zero Tolerance, who is playing a full aggressive mode game in this game. A brilliant knock came from Adios and knocked Niges of Team Zero Tolerance. Zombie DX is taking a shot on Team VD. Okay. Zombies again taking shots on Sensi. King Pasindu, we have seen him playing in last game, game number 4, Miramar, how he carried his team to the end stage of the zone. Now we have to see. Now, Nige's skill has been confirmed by Adios. We have to see. Team Origin, remember how they clutched Team Mystic in game number 4, Miramar. We have to see this team, Banana and Xerox. They both carried very well in the last game. Let's see how they are going to take the fight in this game. They've already identified, yeah, needs has been cooking by them. And yeah, a brilliant shotgun DBS by Pasindu and Nocta. DX, uh, unfortunately, Team Origin has been knocked out from the game by Team 182D. And now only with that, 4 teams are remaining and 9 players are left with with full man squad of 1 hit 2D and 2 man squad of zero tolerance. Since we can now also see the winning percentage of the teams, ZP has 21, IL has 14, 2D has 37% and PX has 28%. And I predict that this game must be won by 2D IRC since they have man advantage plus they are playing really well in this game. Until if our top fragger of tonight event can turn things around. We have to see how Sensi is going to take the things forward for Team Zero Tolerance. And PX Naruto. PX is also 3 men strong. They have already spotted Sensi, I guess so. You have to see how teams are going to rotate in the zone. I think 2D should wait for the right moment to make an entry into the final circle. And with that, Zero Tolerance team got eliminated at the 4th rank. It's between L7 versus PX. And in the end, it is going to be between PX versus 2D. That's all I can see with this. And 2D has very good chance of winning this game and bring a winner chicken dinner for all their family and friends in the last game of tonight event. Now DX knocked out L7 and bringing one more point for their team with current 5 eliminations with the team and 4 eliminations with the PX team. Now it's a 4v3 situation and no teams left in between them. Now we are going to see a proper fight between the two teams. I think it's all about patience. If PX can have a little bit of patience, they can win. But unfortunately, DX has knocked one player of PX esports. Now, one hit 2D team is rushing towards PX team. We have to see how Obito and Levis is going to fight. But let's see how Obito is trying. Yeah, 1v2, 1v2, please. Obito can do it. Unfortunately, Zombie knocked Obito. Now it's between Levis and 2D. Ned has been cooked. Molly has been thrown at Levis, and he is going to die by netting himself. And a brilliant winner chicken dinner by one hit 2DX IRC team with a complete performance has been. Yeah, oh, yeah, all right, bro. So brilliant performance has been given by the team one hit 2D XIRC in this very last game of tonight event that has been hosted by ZEUSxEQZ International Paid Screams. I hope every team has enjoyed watching this stream tonight and they will be back with a very brilliant event again very soon. Stay tuned for the result since they are just working on it. Yeah, so the wait you are waiting for is over now. Now you're going to get the results. Game number 5, 2DX IRC won the chicken dinner with Zombie get one elimination, DX got 3 eliminations, King Pasino got 1 elimination, and Adios got 2 eliminations. With all together, they got 7 eliminations and a winner chicken dinner and a total of 17 points with them. We can see the damage, how much damage they have given, how knockouts they have given, how much assists they have given, and a complete performance by them. Brilliant holding and waiting for the right moment to head into the circle, giving one knock and enter into the end circle and bringing the winner chicken dinner for the team. Yeah, yes. So now we are going to get the whole event FMVP of the tournament, which now it's loading and it has been taken by Sensi K from Zero Tolerance team. And see, we can see he got 30 eliminations in 5 games with an average damage of 936 and average assist he got 1.6, average heal was 255.6 in only 5 matches. What a player he is. I hope he continues for his team and he brings more and more this type of performances for his team. Yeah. Now moving to our next thing, we can see the second runner-up team who has been one hit 2DXS. They got brilliant chicken dinner in the very last game. They got one winner chicken dinner with 23 eliminations and placement points of 21 and total points securing 44 in just 5 matches. I hope they also continue this brilliant performances every time. And now we can see runner-up Team Dead Zone, who also got one winner chicken dinner with eliminations 36 points and with placement points 19, and with that they got a total points 55 in just 5 matches with an average per game points 11, and that's a very good thing from them. I hope they continued it in the next tournament too. Wishing them all the best. And now the champions, that is Zero Tolerance from Bhutan. They are just making the name of Bhutan and their team with final MVP with Sensi. They got one winner chicken dinner from 5 games with 58 eliminations points with the placement points of 2022 and a total points of 80 points, guys. They got 80 points in just 5 games with an average of 16 points each game. It's a very aggressive gameplay played by Zero Tolerance team, and there could be none other than a champion than them. Now we can see the overall top players grand finals. That is Sensi, of course, and then followed by KK, MAKPEN, again 4th number Daddy from Zero Tolerance, and then Mystic Scissor. So very good game played by them. Now this is the overall standing grand finals after all 5 matches has been played. That is 1 Zero Tolerance. You can see the scoreboards: 80 points with Zero Tolerance, Dead Zone 55, 1 hit 2D 44 points, PLQ Esports also 44 points, but unfortunately their placement point were lesser than 2D, so they have been ranked at 4th number. 5th is 4 Knights 41, brilliant played by them. Also MAKPEN 6, PX 7th rank, Ignite 8, 9th Team ILANGO, and the Song Team EQZ at 10th, and followed by 23 rank L7X Force. So this has been the final standings after all the maps. So yeah, alright, so this is Cast Aspirin. Thank you for your time and watching me, and keep supporting me and this events host. Please join back again soon.